grandson of Right Thought. Did y'all know that Cain in the Bible, y'all know, Adam and Eve, Cain, Abel, y'all know the Cain I'm talking about. Did y'all know that that name, Cain or Cain, means hater? I've said it before on some of my videos, but a lot of people, this is the first time they're hearing me, so I want y'all to know that Cain means hater. So all that stuff that we read in the Bible about my brother's keeper and him murdering his brother, and he was a murderer from the beginning and he abode not in the truth, he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning, that's hater that you're talking about. If this was the English language, his name would be hater. You see? Adam's name would be man. Eve's name would be woman. Abel's name would be breath. Seth, his name would be appointed. If we were speaking the English language, y'all see that? Y'all follow that? So, haters, the children of Cain, or in other words, the tares. You see? It says that the devil sowed his seed in with the good seed. Now, what was the good seed? Abel was the good seed that was planted. But the devil sowed his seed in there with the good seed. That's what Yahushua said. So Cain came. You see? The tare, in other words. Now, why do tares hate on you? The elect, or the wheat, or the righteous seed. Why are you hated on? Because the hater realizes that he is just a false version of you. Do you understand that? He's a fake version of you. He's a knockoff. So that's why he's hating on the real deal. A knockoff version. Y'all seen the purses that women wear? It's Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Birkin bags and all this shit. Well, they got knockoff versions. They cheaper. They're made with less quality. They're not as good. If somebody looks close, they'll be like, damn, man, that's a knockoff. That ain't no real Gucci. It's the same thing with us. You won't be able to tell immediately when you look at the tear that he's not wheat. Or you won't be able to tell immediately that the Gucci bag is not real Gucci when you look at it. You gotta look close. You gotta look on the inside and see what the tags say on the inside. You see? Just like you gotta look inside of man. You have to look in there and see if this is a real Gucci bag or a real man or a knockoff version. Now see, in this world, the knockoff version, he can talk. He can walk around and talk and appear as a man. So he's envious and jealous of the real man. I mean, wouldn't you be? If you were only just created as a knockoff version of the real deal, wouldn't you be a little perturbed by that? You're playing your whole existence as if you're something that you're not. So you see how simple that is? What haters are, what they actually are doing, why they actually do what they do. It's because they're not what you are. Now, you as the hated on one, should you be paying any attention to the fake ass Gucci bag? The knockoff? Or are you just gonna be the real one? And be who you are? You see? The real man, is he concerned with the fake man and what the fake man is doing? Or is he too busy being what he is, the real man? The haters are only hating on you because you have something that they don't have. You're real. They're fake. You're authentic. They're not. You see? And if you just accept this and realize this within yourself, hold on, wait a minute. These aren't even real people. They're not real. So why am I affected by what they do as if they are real? If they're not real, then them and everything that they have done is going to fade away, isn't it? What did God say about this world? What did the Most High say? He said, the earth is going to be burnt with fervent heat and all the works therein. Everything that was done in it, because everything that was done in this world was done by a terror who wanted to be a human being. Everything you see was done by fake people who want to be real people. If it's not fake people, then how come everything they have is so artificial? If it's not fake people, then how come they're so cold-hearted and have no feeling toward their brother, so-called brother? Am I my brother's keeper? After you just killed him, am I his protector? Am I supposed to be protecting him? Cold-hearted. You see? Not warm-hearted like you are. They're cold-hearted, calloused. You see? Like a snake or a serpent. Don't you see it? But you just gotta know it, y'all. You just gotta know it. See, this message, this for the elect, the ones who've been hated on. Okay, we just gonna have a little powwow this morning, that's all. We just chilling, talking about the realities of what we've been facing. See, the world ain't gonna understand this that I'm talking about. Cain and haters and fake people and real people, everybody that you see is real. That's what you thought. Just like that's what I thought when I was a child. Just like that's what you guys thought when you were children. But when you grew up and put those childish things away, you start to accept what was real and what Abba Yah was telling you. I'm going to be hated, reviled. Well, the man is called hater, and his children are haters. Abba Yah says that. If he and his father are one, then what goes on with the tares? They're and their father are not one? Yep, they are. So they're going to do likewise like their father does. Just like Yahushua was telling you guys. If you read his words and what he was dealing with in his time, then you'd understand how to handle this stuff. What to do. How to handle tares. See, you just tell them the truth. That's all you have to do. You tell tares the truth. You don't sit around struggling, going back and forth with something that's dead. Something that doesn't exist. You just state the truth. You are children of your father, who was a murderer and abode not in the truth from the beginning. So you're going to have the same fate as your father. Y'all going to end up the same. You see? And that's what Yahushua told him, did he not? Woe unto you, you generation of vipers. See? Woe unto you. That means destruction. There ain't nothing coming for you but destruction. You see? That's why Christ opened not his mouth when he was accused. Now, when your haters are hating on you, smear campaigning you, see, guys, gaslighting you, see? What else they do? They get their flying monkeys to gaslight you and all kinds of shit, right? Well, they're going to have the consequences of doing that to God's elect. That's all. It's not like what they're doing affecting you so much that you have to be concerned with it. Their fate is already sealed. And so is yours. So then why trip about it? We just here to talk about why it's happening. And the simple reason why it's happening is because they're not you. You know that old saying, you hate me because you ain't me? That's just true, y'all. It's just real. They hate you because they ain't you. Hate means to reject. See? So you can get your feelings to relax when you actually know what things really are. Or like I say, your feelings are your woman or your wife on the inside. See? So your woman on the inside does not have to be offended by what somebody says about the family or the house that you live in, which is you. Your feelings don't have to be offended, or your feelings don't have to be hurt, because you recognize what it is before it happened. Just like Abba said, I claim the ending from the beginning, so if you are one with the Father, then you're the same. You see? But then here we are, we have the tares. You see? Who are deceiving you and tricking you into making you think that those are real people. So we marry them, we were friends with them, right? We had relations with them. Some of them were in our own families. You see, you got to realize this. It didn't say that the wheat grew alone and there were tares over there on the other side growing. That's not what happened. And if you understand that, then you understand what I'm saying, which is they were not growing in a separate group in the same place. They were growing in the midst of the wheat in the same place, which means some of them are in your own families. Some of you have them in your own house right now today. Some of them you lay down next to. Some of them you're having sex with. Some of them are your baby mamas and your baby daddies. That's the wheat growing with the tares. You see? They weren't growing in two separate locations in the same earth. The Gentiles over there and the Hebrews over here. Nope. They're all mixed and mingled now. So it's hard to tell the difference between the two. But all you got to do is look at the fruits of the Spirit and accept them when you see them. Stop making excuses and being deceived and being gullible, being ignorant. See, because Abba said his people destroy for lack of knowledge. You just destroy because you just don't know. So once you know, you ain't destroyed anymore. So now you know as a tare. Your baby mama is a tare. Your mom is a tare. Your dad, he's a tare. Your so-called best friend is actually a tare. They're actually hating on you the whole time, aren't they? I mean, you know they are. You even say it to yourself. You say, man, these niggas always hating on me. Why they hating on me for? What the hell I ever do to y'all niggas? Why y'all so mad at me? Right? So why do you think? Why do you think they're so mad at you? Why do you think they're tripping on you? Why do you think they're hating on you? Because they're not what you are. They're not actually what you are. You just thought they were. You didn't understand the place you were actually living in, the training ground you were in. This isn't your home, elect. Now, if you think it is and you're trying to build something up in it, why don't you just read the scriptures and you read about all those who lived by faith? Now, Abraham, our forefather, what did he live in? A big mansion? Did he live in a brick house? What was he living in? He was living in a tent. You see that? He was dwelling in a tent. Now, let's go down some more through the same bloodline and let's see Jacob. Jacob was a plain man dwelling in his tent. Okay, guys. Now, Abraham and Jacob, are those tares or are those real people, real men? Both of them had their names changed, didn't they? Okay. So now, it's obvious those are real people. And they both lived in tents. Now, do y'all just read that and let that just go on by you, or do you actually hear that? They lived in a tent. Why? Because they realized they were living in the world of temporary. Now, people of the world, when you go camping, do you go camping for the rest of your life, or do you just go on a camping trip temporarily? And then you come back to what we call civilization and live in your house. See, you pay 30-year mortgage on a house. Why would you do that if you understood you were just going to be here temporarily? Uh-oh. Why don't you do like your forefathers did and dwell in a tent? Or in other words, dwell temporarily. Even if you're living in a house, you're living in it as if you're only going to live there temporarily, not forever. But are you guys doing that? Now, my question is, why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you living like it's temporary? Why aren't you living like it's temporary if it is temporary? Do you lack faith? You see? Do you lack faith? Because it said Abraham was a man of faith and he dwelt in a tent. Why did he do that? Because he realized he was a sojourner on the earth. They knew they had a better country. That's what it says. Which to us, the wheat is the barn. That's the better place we're going, where we don't have to dwell with the tares. See? He's going to gather us. That's what he said. So now, recognize what a hater is. A hater ain't nothing but a false version of you. He's a wannabe. So do you have to get mad at a wannabe? That's like Jordan in the NBA when he was playing. He was considered the best player in the NBA. And by some, he's considered to be the best player who ever lived. Now, have there been false versions of Jordan? Wannabes? Niggas that wanna be just like Jordan. Remember the commercial? I wanna be like Mike. You don't think there were some people who tried to plagiarize Mike's style, stick their tongue out, do moves like he did, do the fadeaway like he did, and all this other shit? Yes. Yep. You see that? And so do you think Michael Jordan put his career on hold because the haters? He said, yo, I'm not even going to play anymore. All these damn haters trying to be like me. Even trying to be like me. No, Mike understood it. He even was in the commercial, I want to be like Mike. So the point is, embrace it. Embrace that you're so out cold out here. You're so valuable that there are things that would like to be you. They wish they were you. They wish they were. And they're mad because they ain't. You see? Because they're like their father, who's not like the Most High in power and in glory. He's subject to the Most High. He don't want to be. You see? So he's made himself up to be a god. You think the Most High's tripping about Satan being a hater or a rejecter of his will? Nope. He said, you go ahead, Satan. Put your own will out there. And those who follow it, they'll be yours. But those who follow me are mine. You can't have them. Satan don't like that. He want all of them. Just like his children. They want all the nutrients out of the soil. They don't want to share. So like I said, man, this is a little powwow with the elect. Just a little reassurance that when you're going out here in the world, that you understand, man, this world ain't made for you. These people will kill, kidnap, all for what they call the almighty dollar. Look at the words, y'all. The almighty dollar. Niggas will take other people's children and send them ransom notes. You want your child back? Pay me the money. That means they value the money more than they value the life of a child. That's the world you live in. A wicked generation, y'all. They will do anything, and you will hear them say it. I'll do anything for the money. Or money is everything. Or money over everything. You see that? They chase after it, and they pierce themselves through with many sorrows, chasing after gain. So while they're chasing after all of that material shit, you be a plain man dwelling in your tent, waiting for the day of the Lord and the day of his salvation to deliver you. All right? That's all, y'all. Shalom Israel.